Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and it's July 22nd. It's Monday, the start of a new week. We'd like to address, we took down a video on Friday due to our story over the video of a melee that took place at a cafe in Geelong. We took down the video in light of new information and the lack of a police report. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. Phuket is a premier destination, but in order to maintain that, tourist safety and infrastructure have to improve, and the Phuket Tourist Association is calling on the central government over in Bangkok to seriously channel budget funds to build more, better roads, public transport on the island, and to solve the challenges that the island faces in terms of safety.
The Phuket Tourist Association president, Tanet Tantipiriaki, told the Bangkok Post on Friday that members of the association have become increasingly concerned over the number of foreigner deaths in Thailand and how this reflects on the safety of the country. Here in Phuket, 9 people, including 5 foreigners, have drowned so far this year, despite the 115 lifeguards at beaches across the island, according to figures from the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Department, the DDPM. The DDPM also stated that Phuket is on pace to surpass 168 road deaths that were recorded last year, as the island already has recorded 107 road accident deaths in the first 6 months of 2024. Tanet stated, quote, "If we are focused on quality tourism, safety is one of the issues that should be high on our priority list." He called for better safety and infrastructure for the island in order to get tourists to not only stay longer on the island, but to spend more money while they're here. Last year, Phuket's tourism industry generated 388 billion baht, the second most in the country, and this year, the island is projected to generate 400 billion baht. At the moment, Phuket, despite being in what is usually considered the low season, the island is still welcoming about 10,000 foreign tourists a day, according to the PTA. And still, the island has only one main road link to the mainland, and during heavy downpours, the island's traffic is paralyzed by flooding. The challenges brought on by the lack of quality roads, connections between tourist popular towns, the lack of public transport, and the lack of waste management is proving too much to handle for local administrations, which Tanet says would be mitigated by channeling more budget funds by the central government to the province in order to improve the island's infrastructure. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
The fatal stabbing of an Australian in Krabi's Ao Nang beach early this morning has landed a 43-year-old American man in jail.
The incident took place at about 2 a.m. this morning, according to Ao Nang police, who say it all took place near the seashell sculpture at the southern end of the popular beach in Krabi. The victim, a 35-year-old Australian national, was rushed to a local hospital with a stab wound to his abdomen, but he later succumbed to his injuries, according to authorities. The 2 men were believed to have been sitting together when an argument broke out, which resulted in the stabbing, according to authorities. The suspect, 43-year-old American national Randall Owen Johnson, was arrested for the stabbing and is now facing charges. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
An investigation is underway in Chirngtale over allegations that a driver of an allegedly illegal taxi punched a Phuket driver in the face.
The video was posted online over the weekend, spurring more comments of anger and disappointment over the incidents involving taxis in Phuket. 34-year-old Wiwat Pitaknitinan filed a formal complaint with police, and reports say the incident took place shortly before 5:30 p.m. on Saturday on Soi Bang Tao 4/2, as Wiwat, working as a driver for a ride-hailing mobile application, was picking up customers from a nearby hotel and taking them to Patong. Upon arrival, he saw his foreign male customers had mistakenly entered another vehicle with Bangkok license plates. Wiwat approached the vehicle and knocked on the window. The vehicle, which had begun to move, stopped, and the driver and Wiwat began to argue. The driver of the other vehicle exited his car, made threats, and challenged Wiwat to a fight, according to reports. Meanwhile, the 4 tourists exited the car and attempted to de-escalate the situation. Wiwat went back to his car, according to reports, and upon noticing the license plates of the other vehicle, remarked to the other man that his car was illegal. That's when the driver, according to reports, say he reached through the passenger window and punched Wiwat in the face. The 4 tourists eventually did enter Wiwat's car, and he drove them to their destination. Then he filed a report with police back at Chirngtale. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
From my mind, I wish you far from the
Locals are outraged over the behavior of Patong tuk-tuk drivers again following another disturbing encounter between a tuk-tuk driver who picked a fight with a local resident in Patong in the middle of the street last week.
The local resident shared a 51-second video clip documenting the incident, which took place at about 8 p.m. on Thursday night and highlights an aggressive altercation between the resident and the tuk-tuk driver near Bangla Road. The Phuket resident explained he was driving with his wife towards Bangla Road when a tuk-tuk suddenly cut in front of him and parked in the left lane, blocking his path. The tuk-tuk driver then challenged him aggressively, confronting the resident and threatening him. The resident, who recorded the entire incident, expressed his frustration and concern over the behavior, questioning if the Bangla Road area was dominated by such aggressive drivers. The incident raised questions about road safety and the conduct of public transport drivers in Phuket. The residents' actions and sharing the clip have sparked a broader conversation about the need for accountability and better regulation of tuk-tuk drivers in the area in Patong. Over the weekend, Patong police did track down the tuk-tuk driver, identified only as Jirayut, and confirmed he was fined 1,000 baht for reckless driving and changing lanes and obstructing traffic. But it's unclear if he was deducted points on his driver's license. Patong police made no mention of whether the Phuket Land Transport Office, which regulates all public transport vehicles and drivers on the island, had been informed of Jirayut's moving violation. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Over 30 flights were affected at the Phuket International Airport from Friday through to Saturday morning due to the CrowdStrike security software outage that affected departures booking systems at airports, not just nationwide here in Thailand, but throughout the world, though things finally got back to normal by Saturday afternoon, at least here in Phuket.
The Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand reported the computer system issue affecting airline services on Friday afternoon. It was all due to an update of the CrowdStrike security software used in Windows systems that affected major public infrastructure and corporate transport systems around the world. Here in Thailand, over 200 flights, all of them departures, were affected at airports across the country. The airports of Thailand confirmed that the airlines at the Phuket airport that were affected include Thai Air Asia Berhad, Firefly Airlines, Indigo, Scoot, and Jetstar Asia, and passengers who were set to leave on Friday were asked to allow at least 4 hours for travel to avoid any issues. The outage began on Friday, and while the system was restored by 2 a.m. on Saturday, there was another malfunction at the Phuket airport at 9 a.m., but all returned to normal by 11 a.m. on Saturday, according to AOT President Kerati Kijmanawat. All 200 flights, including the 36 that were affected in Phuket, were able to depart after several hours' delay. Just one flight was cancelled, according to reports, from Bangkok to Osaka. Microsoft estimated Saturday that 8.5 million Windows devices were affected in the global IT crash that Microsoft says began at about 7 p.m. GMT on Thursday, about 2 a.m. Friday Thailand time. Specifically, corporate transport Windows users running the CrowdStrike Falcon cybersecurity software were affected, mostly airlines, but also other systems, including systems related to patient records within Britain's National Health Service, banks in Kenya, and other sectors. Top executives at CrowdStrike issued an apology to all those affected, although they did state that it could take a few days for things to fully get back to normal. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
Thank you so much for joining us here on this Monday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.